everyone, welcome back. Okay, so today we're going a bit bigger on canvas, Neuro Art. So I thought I'd take you along the journey with me. This is the first video, so there'll be a few parts to this video because it's a bigger painting. It's going to take longer, obviously, to process, and I don't want to put it on and it be 100 minutes long. So I thought it would be nice to do it in different parts. And so I've started off, I drew around some random objects like a big protractor, and well, let me just show you the size of the canvas first. So that's the size of the canvas there, so it's quite a big one. And then I've drawn on with a light pencil, and then I've gone over it. Now I went over it with a big thick marker. Had to go bigger with the marker because it's a bigger painting, and whereas we normally do them in, I normally do them in a sketchbook or on paper. And so what I've done, obviously I've gessoed over the top of the canvas. I've done it quite thick. I've made use of an old painting actually. I've gone over it. I didn't like it, wasn't going to sell. I didn't want to even try and sell it and things, so I thought that it would be nice just to go over and make use of it. And I've gone over it all with some different size circles, drawing around. I've drawn around a sellotape roll, a protractor, different size jars, to give me lots of little circles. And then I've also put in some straight lines. But I wanted to show you that this is just a fat marker. Look, it's a fat one, big one. And this one was from just from Wilko's, and they're really cheap. I think you can get about a pack of 3 for about $1.99 or something daft like that. And the permanent, this is what you need to get. It has to be permanent if you're going to paint over the top. If it's not permanent, it's just going to bleed when you put your paints on. It's just going to smudge and bleed and one thing or another. And they are a really nice fat tip, and good for doing all your connections and things, but it's got a nice point on it still as well. So yeah, and they smell nice. So anyway, so I'll just get on with the video. I've done a little bit of real time and a little bit of faster time, so, and I've mixed that up a bit as well to make it a little bit more interesting for you so you don't get bored. You noticed it's been very quiet in my studio just lately because Peckety, and Dibby, they are going through the molt, and when canaries go through the molt, they don't whistle. So it's like, no. So I need to do more videos and get them all out as quick as I can before he starts up again. He's still there, but he's they're very quiet because all the feathers keep dropping out and things. So yeah, so without further ado, we'll move on, and I'll talk to you again in a second. So here we are. I've sketched out just in pencil, and now I'm going over roughly with a permanent marker now. I'm using a big fat permanent marker, and this one's from Wilko's. It just literally is called a permanent marker. They're really, really cheap. This allows you then to be able to paint over the top once it's dried, and it won't smudge. And so I thought I would do it this way round for a change. I've also decided to add some straight lines into this because it is Neuro Art after all, and it makes it a little bit different. So I'm adding some little circles around, and I'm just showing you really how I build up a little bit of a drawing. I don't think about it too much. Do lots of different things, lots of different shaped circles, sized circles rather, and yeah. So I'm looking for differences. So when I'm doing little circles around the big ones, I've got little tiny ones and big ones and little ones. And then I'm doing a few connections here, and just starting to connect it all together and having a look what I've got. Before I start filling in colour, I may add some splatters and some more lines and some finer lines too. So I hope you enjoyed this part. This is only the first part. Might be a few parts to this one because it is a big painting. So yeah, I hope you like it all. Here's some pictures of it now, of me doing it, and you can see as an overall look. It's so relaxing still, you know. And I wanted to add the straight lines, but I want to make a point that the straight lines, I'm not going to neuro connect to those. I'm just going to add those as extra in the painting itself, because I just think it makes a nice difference. Here adding some like spirally, archy kind of connections, but a little bit like Zendoodle, I'd say, really. And then I've just popped those in, and now I'm doing some connections on that too. So the next stage will be to connect all and then add colour. So just in case you're wondering, I've just turned the painting round because I need to work more down this way now, and I don't want to smudge any areas that could, you know, possibly still be wet. So I think that yeah, I'm just going to be moving on now. I actually love the feel of the ink marker, these fat ones, on top of the gesso. It feels really quite good. I'm quite surprised. I've only ever done it in like little books before, and I'm quite surprised. So what I was saying when I was talking earlier, I was saying to you that it doesn't really matter the outcome of this painting, you know. It might look really good in the end, it might not. The enjoyment and the relaxation that it's given me while I've been doing this has been amazing. And that is what the Neuro Art is about. You know, you're doing this as part of a relaxation, and you're doing it to fulfill how you feel and what you want. And your mind, normally, I know I'm having to talk to you at the moment, but normally if I was on my own, I'd have my window open and I can hear the birds and feel the fresh air, and I'm just happily going through doing this. And it's a lovely feeling, because it feels like you can think about anything while you're doing this. You can think about good things, you can think about bad things, you can think about ways of... I always seem to, when I'm doing Neuro Arts and I'm making these connections, I always try to work on how in my mind's eye, can keep myself calm. You know, I'm not a person who's a very calm person. I don't mean that I'm shouting and ranting and raving. I mean, I get not agitated, I get upset, and I'm sensitive. A lot of artists are sensitive. You know, that's how we are. So it's not always... See, that would look nice just with an extra circle around it. You'll see things as you're going along that you think, oh, if I do this and I do that, it will add more interest to the picture. And it gets really nice. Yeah, I'm not a kind of person who can stay calm. I get worried. I'm an overthinker, and I'm an over worrier, and these really help to make me relax. So I think that's a nice thing to be able to do, if that's how you're feeling. And you can create some amazing work by just using this relaxing process. And so I'm going to let you go for now. This is part one, as I said, of the video, and I'm going to carry on progressing through all these connections and this lovely relaxation time. And then on the next video that I put up, which will only be probably in a couple of days, we'll start to add some colour and a bit more interest and things. Something didn't tell you that like Sharpie pens are like really good for all this, and because also now this is like, it's made it like a non-porous surface with having gesso on it and everything, and I put it on really thick. You'll also be able to use alcohol ink, so that would be another option. I should probably add some of those in as well to give it that lovely vibrance that, yeah. So there might be the you see, I still love watercolour, but at the end of the day, you've got to think about, this is a canvas, and I've got to then be able to, I have then got to be able to treat it at the end. Now, if I did watercolour on here, which is my favourite, I'd be able to paint on here with watercolour, but for the end product, to treat the canvas at the end, or to add gloss medium, gel medium, or some kind of a wax just to, you know, to seal it if you like, or varnish. If you put watercolour on it, as soon as you smear that over, I think it would just all just run everywhere. So I don't think that that's going to be an option. So maybe the watercolour this time is not an option. But you know, I've told you before, I'm a mixed media artist, so I love to experiment. So, you know, the more things that we can do and put on here to make it look more interesting and effective, then the better it will be. So, I'll talk to you all again soon. I'll wrap this video up now. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 and beyond, and then maybe I'll be thinking about doing an online group like Facebook or something, and we could all get together on there, or whatever. Just one other thing, I've noticed that a lot of you, I mean, and there's 800 and something of you have subscribed, but you've not pressed your notification bell. Now, if you don't press the notification bell, you won't know when I bring out a new video. It's not for me to connect to you or anything like that. It literally is to notify you when a new video has come out. And I don't want you to miss out. So it's important to you, not to me, to press the notification bell. And it will say none, all, or something. You can just press all or personal. It just doesn't mean that you're going to be getting all other notifications about things. It just means that you'll just be notified when I release a new video. So I thought I'd tell you all, and I'm getting more towards the end of these connections anyway, but for the last part I'm going to be quiet now and just enjoy it. So I'll talk to you all again soon. So bye for now.